Peace and that was all time. We rehearsed that. I'm glad we got it right. We're talking about being guided by spirit with a loving heart. Am I right? Just that introduction alone was very funny. Can you tell that my mother wrote that for me? All that bragging and stuff. Like every time I hear that, I'm like, all right, stop, stop, stop. Like, and he also made a paper mache cow at one time, and he also made a beautiful volcano in the science fair. See, and being guided by spirit. It's almost like when I hear that part, I can go with that. I like the idea of something guiding me. I like the idea of not having to ask for directions, right? This God's got it. I can trust that. It's the loving heart part that kind of trips me up. See, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. Especially if there's been confrontation and I'm ready to go, right? I don't want to go and talk to you. I don't want to cleanse my heart. I'm ready to go. Before I go more into this sermon that I am very convinced is not a sermon for me, because I'm seeing all the intelligent beings among us. This is really a testimony for my life and God speaking through me. So I hear the assignment that I need to attend to. Okay. God just knows that I don't want to talk to myself in public. So y'all are here so I don't have to feel crazy. Y'all got this. This is my testimony today. If we talk to Ernest, Orderly Holmes, we are guided daily by divine intelligence into paths of peace, wherein the soul recognizes its source and meets it in joyful union in complete at one-ment. Now we know this man was very wordy and very beautiful with his words, but what I'm hearing in this moment is trust. In order for me to follow this path gracefully, I have to trust. Now, there's something I learned at a very young age that was something I rejected, and that is that God talks to us in a whisper. This is why we meditate. This is why we get quiet. This is why we take a break from the news and all the things that is bothering us, because God is constantly talking to us, but it's a whisper. And the reason why is, well, just let me tell you, as somebody who is very stubborn, very hard-headed, always likes to not get it the first time, you don't want God screaming at you. Trust me. God whispers it first. Now, if you don't get that whisper the first time, God will speak a little louder, right? Then you get a shake, and yeah, then you get slapped like me regularly. Then you can get slammed. I mean, there's an abundance of how God can get your attention. When we get quiet, part of that quiet is hearing the things that we may not feel like attending to, those parts in our lives that we thought we locked away and don't have to really mess with. We can just do away forever. That person we don't necessarily want to talk to at this moment, or that one visit to the doctor that we know we are overdue for. Whatever it is, God's gonna tell us that. And to be honest, y'all, I don't want to do with that. So I'm gonna turn the game up a little bit louder. I'm gonna listen to that new mixtape by pick a name. I mean, we heard all of them. I'm going to do that. I don't want to listen. I don't want to do my homework. But what comes with that is the shake. What comes with that is being louder. So what I've learned to do now is trust that voice. And what's beautiful about that voice, right, is that we all have it. When anyone starts talking about that voice, it's almost like we all, yeah, me too, I get it. We trust that. There's not one philosophy that does not talk about that inner voice. So that means as human beings, we know that there is something bigger than this shell we're in, controlling this experience. Not controlling, but guiding. Now, I'm not a Bible scholar at all, but what I love about ministerial school is I get to study all the different texts and, feel like I'm a scholar now. So now I get to just yell out verses and act like I found it myself. So Galatians 5:18 says, "But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law." Now, it's very easy to hear this and use this as a weapon. I'm led by the Spirit, so just give me your land. I can take your land, and well, it's all right. You understand, I'm a man of God. It's very easy to use it that way, but that's not what it is saying. It's deeper. We all know that person that seems like they're always lucky, right? Just lucky things always happen to them, always calling the radio at the right time and getting concert tickets, always just finding the right parking space. And, oh, I was, in jail the other day and I think I met the love of my life. Like, what? You're meeting the love of your life in the worst situation ever? Like, what is going on? Consciousness. And consciousness is when we learn to trust God to the point to where it's not even something we're turning on. It is default mode. It's just how we live our life. It's consciousness. And part of that consciousness, you get a lot of privileges that other people just, how'd you get in there? The club is called love. And when you are in club love, you get those privileges. You're not under the same law as everybody else anymore. You're granted certain things. We see it. I've seen people open up portals in their lives and just be like, how did you do that? We have to trust that voice first. There's no way around it. Though with a loving heart, you ever overpack for a trip, right? And this is me talking, okay? You got to bring every pair of Jordans, right? And every fit to match the pair of Jordans. I will bring my whole closet to a weekend trip. I will do it. And now I'm worried about all my luggage while we're all out enjoying the trip. Like worried. I hope I don't leave anything in the hotel. And, I hope I don't forget anything. And it's too much baggage. You brought too much. Everybody's smiling because you already see the metaphor. It's too much baggage. You have to pack light when God is navigating you. Do you trust or not? Do you trust or not? God is saying, go. Stop worrying about that luggage. The late, great Big L, he's one of the greatest Harlem MCs ever. He said, we never bring luggage. We go shopping when the plane lands. I always love that line right there. Leave that baggage there. You don't need it. What are you still? You don't even fit anything in there anymore. Leave it. God is saying, let's go. The loving heart means that you packed light. Love is light. Love is graceful. Love is just, If you pack too heavy for this trip, you're slowing yourself down. Now, along this trip, we are navigating when we're talking about the path of God. Now, we say we feel like that's supposed to be a smooth ride, right? No bumps, no flat tires, no small town cops pulling you over just because they saw you had a California license plate, right? None of that. All we're asking you to do is trust. Doesn't mean you won't bump your head along the way. Doesn't mean you won't scrape your knees. It means trust every single experience and cherish it. What if I told you the beauty that you are right now at this moment has everything to do with everything that has happened thus far, even those things you don't like talking about? What if I told you that? I keep reminding myself over and over again, we don't get Malcolm X without the prison sentence. We don't. And because it is International Women's Day, Women's History Month, and my birth month as well, which makes me very proud, I cannot get through this sermon without talking about Harriet Tubman. I can't. Just think about that. You already freed yourself. You're already free. You won. You mean to tell me you went back several times to free more people? Do not think this is a story of just resilience and being angry. That is a godly story. Something was calling her deeper than that. No, it's bigger than me being free. I am freeing more people. I am going back for those who were too afraid to free themselves. That is the power of love. Love is that powerful, where even when the government is working together to capture you, it cannot reach you because you are on God's team. And God is team love. It don't matter what philosophy you join. We're talking team love here. God is team love. This is why the universe always says yes to what we speak, because it wants us to be happy. We just also have to be careful what we speak, because the universe wants us to be happy. Got to remember that when I'm speaking all my favorite gangster rap lyrics, just so loud and gleefully, like, okay, homie, remember? Do you trust the voice? Do you trust the process? I remember I was out and about with a close friend. Out of nowhere, as we're walking, there's a $5 bill on the ground. So my friend picks it up and just, shows it to me. There you go. Now you would think, being Reverend E's grandson, right? Being East Bay Church of Religious Science, being Reverend Mawata Rasuli's nephew, I would have cherished that moment and been like, hallelujah, look what the universe has given us, right? No, it's not what I did. I did not. Started talking about, oh, well, that's not enough to pay. And, oh, well, and, oh, bills. But I was a total spoiled brat in that moment. Saying this so y'all know, like, I struggle with this too. It does not mean that this philosophy is not right. It just means that I'm human like you, and it's not always easy to stay in alignment. Let's just be honest. I was not appreciating the moment. Something else about me y'all have to know is I love taking pictures. I love it. I know you can't imagine that with this face, but yes, I love taking pictures. And right after that moment where we find, if I'm talking about not a sneeze after, there's a photo booth right there. Yeah, I see all y'all grins. What do you think happened after that? We saw how much the photos cost, and guess how much they cost. But here I am, being unappreciative in the moment, when God has given me a clear sign I'm talking to you. The signs are always there. They're not all, miracles are a regular thing in your life. You're a miracle. Do you not remember that? If you yourself are a miracle, then look for the miracles that you are constantly manifesting, even involuntarily. Always around yourself. You are a miracle. We have to trust that. Now, we all know this one term. I love how hip hop at first is a term that comes out, and because the rest of pop culture has not caught on to the term, we call it ignorant or negative first, and then a Kardashian says it, and then all of a sudden it's what we say now, right? Y'all remember the word hater at first? At first, you couldn't say the word hater in the classroom. Now you can see teachers just, hey, Jeffrey, stop being a hater. You need to do your math better. You just hear it all the time. Let's remember what a hater truly is. Now that we're all using this word, let's just remember the origin of a hater. See, in order to hate on somebody, you have to study them deeply. You can't just hate on them. You have to know what they ate for breakfast. You have to know their astronomical sign. You have to know the route they took for work. In order to be a hater, you have to be somebody's biggest fan. Hating is confused admiration. Do not ever forget that. When someone sees your light, they are not always going to appreciate it. Your light sometimes can be so bright, it actually intimidates others. And when that happens, people may act in a way of hate. What they're really saying is, I want to be invited to the party, and I don't think you'll allow me to. So I'm going to pretend like your light ain't really all that, when really I wish you would shine it on me too. You are that awesome. And part of that hate, part of those hate, it's really what they're really asking is show me more, vibrate louder, vibrate higher. That's all they're saying. Let's just trust that. Women's History Month, right? We marching still? We marching? All right. How many remember Nikki Giovanni? Oh my goodness. The great poet, the orator, Nikki Giovanni. And I'll never get over that line in Ego Tripping where she said, I am so hip that even my errors are correct. That's how amazing you are. That's how bad you are. Even just assume that every person, even the haters that come along in this path are there because God put them there for your greater good and growth. What if you just trust it? Now I'm asking y'all, which is really myself. I just don't want to have to do it myself. So I'm asking y'all to do it with me. What if that person who is asking you to vibrate deeper and higher may show up wearing a political shirt you don't agree with? What if they are spewing hateful words about a group of people and it's bothering you? What if that person is there for you to forgive that place in you that you are having a hard time forgiving? Who will you be if you put down your grudges and navigate this road with a loving heart? Who will you be then? I'm only asking y'all because it frightens me too. We hold these grudges like they define us sometimes, right? Like we need them, but what if we put them down and allow ourselves to fly and float gracefully? What if? Peter Pan, yeah? Remember Peter Pan? What do you need in order to fly? You need one happy thought, just one happy thought. That's why I love all the fantasy stories, because in every story, no matter how fictional it may seem, the truth is there. One happy thought is all you need to float. It's all you need. And you know you have a million of them. When you go there to that dark place of, oh, I'm such an idiot, and oh, I'm such a failure. I'm talking to me, not you. When you go to that dark place, all you need is one happy thought, just one. And you're floating. Before you navigate, just think of that one time. Remember that time you had just a laugh where you could not stop laughing to the point where just your sides hurt, you had a six-pack out, you just could not stop. Remember that? Remember that? That is healing. That is medicine. Go back to that place. If you go down Broadway from Grand facing the Paramount, there's a mural of two very important MCs that we've had in our community of Oakland. One is Baba Zumbi from Zion I. And right next to that is Gift of Gab from Black Alicious. And you'll know it's gift because there's a bow on the microphone, a gift bow. That's who you're looking at when you see those two murals. And Black Alicious has this beautiful song called Feel That Way. And in that song, he's talking about how those moments in your life that made you feel great, that made you feel whole, have not gone anywhere. Life is all just one moment anyway. Your heart continues beating. Your mind continues working through this entire process. Time is a human concept. So those memories that you have, go there right now. That time where you won the game for your little league team, the time where you got your first kiss, the time where you took that trip and everybody in the family just had a great time. Go there right now. Feel that way. I have to remember that. It's easy for me to get caught up in the consciousness. The us versus them, they're coming to get us. They're taking away. It's easy for me to go there. But let's remember that right now, in this moment, right in this room, there is more than enough love to change everything. The greatest way we can fool the people is making them believe they have no power. That's how you keep them powerless. What if we all trust the voice of God that is speaking to us right now? Now, here's how you know to trust that voice. Is it coming from a place of love? See, I just believe, maybe this is my own belief. I don't believe God is going to tell me go out and harm a group of people. God doesn't need me to do that. God isn't going to tell me, oh, keep this group of people over here down because they're evil. No. If we all trust that loving voice of God that is speaking through, I see the utopia we all want to see. When mama tells you wash the dishes, mama told you to wash the dishes. Don't come over here telling me about what mama told me I need to be doing too. No, it's your turn to wash the dishes. Mama has me over here doing this. What if we all tend to our own assignments? Are we trusting the Spirit from a loving place? So as I wrap up, I just want us to go center ourselves right now in this moment. Go back to that place where someone disappointed you, where someone may have hurt you, where someone may have rejected you in a way that felt abusive. Go to that place. And now I want you to see that individual as a child, as a baby, as a newborn. Understand that just like you, they are someone navigating this experience and had their own painful experiences, and somewhere along the way, they began living their life from that pain. Give yourself the permission and the luxury to forgive, because I promise you, when you travel lightly, the navigation itself is the vacation that you've been wanting. Thank you, Home of Truth. Namaste. I love you.
All right, let's give a little more love to Brother Lucian.